Hey there, Derek Rydall here, and I just want to take a moment to speak to this tragic event with Kobe Bryant, truly one of the most legendary basketball players, but beyond just that, a legendary athlete and a man of excellence and contribution. And it certainly has shocked a lot of people. I even had someone come over today that was just repairing an install in one of my TV room, and it was the first thing he said when he walked in the door. He's like, "How are you dealing with Kobe Bryant's death?" And I feel kind of choked up right now because he even said, "I cried this morning." And it brought me and him, we had like a sweet moment of heart to heart, human to human intimacy. And I want to talk about, obviously, and don't take this the wrong way, but what's the opportunity here? How to honor when somebody dies tragically and it shocks us. It's a gift, even though it's a tragedy. And if you want to, instead of asking what was the meaning of his death, like why did that happen? We want to ask, how can we allow his life and whatever the meaning is, how it's affected us with his death, how can we allow that to give our life more meaning and the lives of everybody around us? The very best way you honor a person is celebrating their life and carrying on whatever you valued about it, the values you saw in them, and not feeling like a victim yourself or feeling bad, letting it merely make you scared or feel like life doesn't make any sense, but let it be an opportunity where you say, I'm going to not ask what was the meaning of it, but how can I use that life to give my life more meaning, and my children, and the repairman, right? How can I use this to snap me out of wherever I've taken life for granted, wherever I've become complacent, wherever I've been putting my life on the layaway plan? And I want to talk about that in a moment, but I first want to actually just address death and the fear of death. And of course, it's our number one core fear, perhaps just above public speaking. But birth is not the beginning of life, and death is not the end of life. Any more than it's just transitions. When you go from being a child to walking, you actually die as a baby. That baby is gone. And when you go from being a mere child to a young adult, that child, literally even the body itself, is gone, right? And so the birth of you here was not the beginning. And the what we call death, they're just chapters. They're parentheses in eternity. They're chapters in a very, very long story. And that's not to diminish the impact of a tragedy, but it's to put it all in perspective. And to know that we have a few chapters here. Some have one chapter. Some just have a paragraph. Some have a very long story here, but the story goes on, okay? And regardless of whether there's soul contracts or whatever we want to apply, whatever other meanings we want to give to this, it's important just to know that fundamentally speaking, there are chapters, and we live out a few of those chapters, and then we open the door to a new adventure, and we live them out, continue to live out our story, okay? So it's important that we set that context. But then we have to ask, what does that do for us here now, right? And the fact is tomorrow is promised to nobody. Nobody is guaranteed they're going to wake up tomorrow. Nothing is guaranteed. This world does not give you guarantees. The world of appearances does not give you a guarantee, does not give you safety. It's a screen. It's a canvas upon which we get to paint our masterpiece. The guarantee is what we obtain in consciousness. The guarantee is who we're willing to be a stand for and the quality of life we're willing to live and the difference we're committed to making, the person that we're willing to be. That's our guarantee. And we have to, the meaning of life is about more expression of life, the fulfillment of the seeds of creation. And so the real question, we have to look at this, it's shocking us. there's no amount of fame or fortune that guarantees anything, right? People make a lot of money, they lose a lot of money. They become famous and then they become washed up. Kobe Bryant was worth like $500 million. It doesn't matter. If you have money, if you make money, that's fine. If you have fortune and fame, that's awesome. But the key is use what you have. And the key is today, right now is the only thing that's guaranteed. And how are you using your life today? How are you using your life today? How are you using your life this week? What plan do you have to use your life with whatever days, hours, minutes, weeks, breath you have in you? Are you putting your life on the layaway plan? Are you saving some for a rainy day? Are you saying, I can't really have these hard conversations. I'm too scared. I don't want to look bad. What if today was the last opportunity you'd have to have that conversation? What if not only you were leaving the planet, but what if somebody else you needed to have a conversation was leaving the planet? Call your mother, right? Call your mother, call your father, heal your family relationships. If you have family or if you have any relationships that are still not, you have not done everything you can to heal them. And I don't necessarily mean changing the other person, but healing them all the way through you so that all that you feel about them is love, forgiveness, compassion, understanding. You've spoken your truth fully, given them the chance to speak their truth fully. You've done whatever work you can to clean that up, to complete that. Don't wait till the dying day to finish business. Don't wait till you're quote unquote old to deal with your bucket list. Brush off that bucket list or make one and start living it today. Connect with the people that matter most today, this week. As you're developing and designing your plan, your vision for the new year, let this be a remembrance, a reminder to develop a vision for your life, a plan for your days, a way that you're going to show up and be that is as if there was no guarantee. As if this was the only year you had left and you are going to go for it. And this is the only month you have left and you're going to go for it. This week, today, whatever you can do, do it. It's about the commitment to that full life, full living, full giving, full serving, full creative expression, full unleashing of yourself. Today, and then tomorrow. And then it becomes a habit. And then you are living with all systems go, all pistons firing. And the key to life is that life, wealth, everything flows where your attention goes, and life will flow to the places that are willing to be a yes to more life. You want to have more of anything in your life, you have to let more life come out of you. You have to commit to more life, to a fuller, deeper, richer life. And I don't just mean more money. I mean whatever would mean and would be the richest, most fulfilling, most meaningful, most contributory life possible. Design that life and make a schedule and put it on your calendar and begin to practice living at that level. Living, loving, giving, serving, creating to the max. That's how you take an experience like this and you honor Kobe Bryant and you honor all the people whose lives were so-called cut short. Because it's happening every day. We're just hearing about this one. This tragedy is happening every day. But it doesn't have to be a tragedy. If you take from that and you let it shake you awake from all the places you've rested on your laurels, all the places you become complacent or taking things for granted, all the people you're taking for granted, that partner, that wife, that spouse, that kid that you just assume they're just there and they're always going to be there. No, they're not. Don't let yourself go to bed without telling everybody that you need to. I love you. Don't let yourself go to bed without at least giving your very best shot at being of service. Don't let yourself go to sleep without giving your very best shot at expressing the gifts, talents, and abilities so that you do not take the risk of dying with your music still in you. Today is the day. Now is the appointed time. Now are the fields white unto the harvest. Now. This is your day. This is your week. This is your year. Create a vision that makes you worthy of fulfilling it. Create a vision that makes your every day worth living. And that is how you leave a lasting legacy. That's how you transform your lineage. That's how you help create a world that works for the highest good of all. That's how you live to truly be alive. So I love you. I appreciate, let me just tell you, and I get very choked up thinking about this, but I love you and I appreciate you. And I'm with you. And until next time, remember to live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny.